three of our very, very, very favorite people representing the next generation of Winchesters. I want a big round of applause for Meg, Drake, and Jojo! Meg wanted to sing one song for y'all that meant something to her. Quick song. So,
1877 cars for kids. K-A-R-S cars for kids. 1877 cars for kids. Donate your car today. Everybody, 1877 cars for kids. K-A-R-S cars for kids. 1877 cars for kids. Donate your car today.
here we go.
1877 cars for kids. K-A-R-S cars for kids. 1877 cars for kids.
Donate your car today.
Now it works when she sings it. Now it makes sense to me.
I love the fact that Meg actually sounds like a child Broadway star doing.
Yeah, because she is.
It doesn't sound like a bunch of deadweights doing it like we did all day yesterday. All right, thank you for entertaining me with that, Meg. I appreciate that. I've come full circle.
Of course.
Ladies and gentlemen, enjoy.
Thank you.
Thank you. That's really fun.
Well, that wouldn't get annoying over the entire day, I'm sure.
What else?
They're talking about some sort of refund policy for y'all. If this keeps going. I don't know. So they did that all day?
Yeah.
She said no enthusiasm there.
Yes.
Wow, so it's not a joke. I love the Scooby-Doo, by the way. That's great.
So cute.
How are y'all doing? Oh, over here too. Oh, there's the line. Okay. I was like, why are y'all? Well, good. It's beautiful here. We just came from LA. It's terrible weather. It's like 60 degrees. So this is like very, very nice. But yeah,
Thank you.
But yeah. Well, before we start, real quick, just to save any question. Obviously, you kind of want to address what's going on with the show. And unfortunately, I don't know if y'all have followed, Jensen has a Twitter. I don't know if you guys knew that or not.
Sometimes he knows how to use it.
Sometimes. Unfortunately, we will not be doing season 2 at this time. I know. Well, save the boo for when Jensen gets up here or something, I don't know. But yeah, they exhausted the options, and like his tweet had said, it was just really poor timing. So we just wanted to say from the bottom of our hearts, thank you all so much
Thank you.
Thank you.
Thank you. We love you so much.
The entire campaign, the Save the Winchesters, the Renew the Winchesters, the whatever the hashtag the Winchesters is, y'all were incredible, and the love was felt, and the support for the show. It's not that we didn't know what it meant to people, but to see it in that scale all at once was incredible and really, really touched my heart, and I know the entire cast's heart. So thank you for that.
Thank you.
Thank you so much.
No, I'm not going to start. Well, hello.
Let's get started. Hey.
Yeah.
I actually have a zombies question for you.
Oh my god, yeah.
I was wondering if you could play any other character besides Addison, who would you pick?
Ooh, like clothes-wise, I always wanted to be Eliza, because I think her costumes are just incredible. But I think playing Bucky would be really fun, because he's just over the top and extravagant. That'd be so much fun to play. I don't think I could do it justice, but yeah, definitely Bucky.
Great choice. Thank you.
Yeah, thank you.
Hey.
Hi.
The microphone tender left. Never mind, I got it. I just wanted to say I really enjoyed the Winchesters. My parents called it Demon How I Met Your Mother. They loved it too. That was their running joke, but they would text me about it. But I did want to ask what it was like filming in New Orleans, which is very different than Vancouver or LA. What was the best part and the worst part?
Joj?
Oh gosh. Best part, I think, was just like New Orleans itself. I mean, there's truly no other place like it. Like, you kind of see like at various other places, like they try to recreate that like New Orleans feel like in other cities or in other like places, but like there's truly nothing like New Orleans itself. You can't recreate like that feeling and that energy and that beautiful, just like vintage style and also just gorgeous atmosphere. It's really, really incredible. Perfect place to film our show. There was lots of like, you know, buildings that literally have not been changed like since the 60s, 70s and everything over there. Worst, I mean, God.
Same thing. There's no place like it.
It's hot. Like, my gosh, it's hot. Hot, let me tell you. And we film a lot on location, and obviously because it's so beautiful out there, but it was crazy hot all the time, and we were sweating, and poor Drake literally would often have to be in like military uniform, obviously from his World War II, John's World War II pass, and like was just sweating every single time. It was insane. So that was it, the weather really.
Wasn't that bad.
Yeah.
That's sweaty, okay? It wasn't.
When we first started, we were filming in August. In August, so yeah, it was like in the middle of hurricane season, so that was kind of crazy. The one time we were filming, we were like in the van, and the entire street just flooded, and we were just like floating in the street. And we're like, oh, so that was crazy.
We have a video, and I guess now we can post it. But I was just saying in one of the meet and greets, the cars that they gave us for the show, like they're awesome because they're 1970s and they're beautiful cars, or the 60s. On the outside. On the inside of these cars, they don't run well, and they're not really comfortable.
There's no AC.
On that day, we got stranded in the street with our producing director, John Showalter, which you all know from Supernatural, or maybe you don't know, judging by that response, you know? Great guy. But we have just a video of him like raging, breaking the car, like trying to put it in reverse, and like it's a really, really funny, chaotic video.
Yeah.
And then we performed one of the scenes, the whole license scene in episode 2.
In the car.
In the car.
And we're like, we got it. We don't need to film this anymore. But then we had to. But yeah, that was really fun.
Yeah.
We should post that.
We will post that.
Cool. Well, thank you.
Thank you.
Demon How I Met Your Mother.
That's a great.
I love it.
That's amazing.
It's great. Hi.
Hi. So first off, I'll get to my question in a second. But first off, let me just say the Winchesters is a fantastic show. I binged it every single time that I saw it come out. I locked myself in my room to go personally watch this show. And I would non-stop talking about it. You guys did a phenomenal job, and it was amazing.
Thank you so much.
Thank you.
And I am sad that came to the season 2. But my question is actually for Jojo.
Hi.
Hi. So my question for you is your style in the show. It was amazing. I love your outfit. Did you have any say in what you could style out your outfit to be, that you wanted to wear, or were you supposed to wear a certain outfit?
Yeah. Actually, we had an incredible costume designer, Carrie. She was absolutely incredible and was very collaborative when it came to creating the looks for our characters. And from the moment I met her after we started filming the season, she was just amazing. She was always asking me okay, what are we feeling? It was sort of almost like going shopping. She would set everything out on the racks, and also looked at my own personal style, because at the same time my style is not very far off from Carlo's, and also not far off from anything 70s related. I really just love that period, and I love the style there, so I just that's kind of what I go to. But yeah, it was always she would just lay everything out and then would say what are we feeling? We would try things on, and if I didn't like it, or if things just weren't working, or if it wasn't right, she would be okay, well then we won't even show that to production. We won't, she'll take photos and she'll be what do you think? And I'll be I don't know. She's all right, well then we'll scrap it. So I definitely had a lot of say in what Carlos would wear, especially like when it came to specific scenes, like when it came to when Carlos was, you know, hunting or fighting, it was this style versus when he sees Anton or he's with Anton, it's a little more light and sweet, and you know, it's just a lot of different variety, which I really love. So yeah, I had a lot of collaborative say, and I was very, very grateful for that. Carrie was wonderful. Yeah.
Yeah, John too. Really the choices between like the light blue flannel, the dark blue flannel,
The red flannel, this
the red
that
flannel. It just, yeah, it got so complex that I just.
Oh, you got it? Okay. All right. First off, I want to say, love the show. I'm grateful to Jensen and the whole cast for kind of keeping the supernatural vein, look, and feel. So my question is based on what I've been asking kind of this entire the concept of the multiverse and everything. So at the end, when it was established that Mary and John's story was going to be a little bit different, and they kind of rode off into the sunset, more or less, what do you think would have been their next journey? Or what do you hope would be their next journey for season 2, which I'm hoping will come at some point, even if it's not right now?
Drake?
I had like a whole idea that I was trying to like pitch Robbie. Essentially, it was like a 3-season like addition to where we go, and it was kind of for all of our characters. The short of it is nowhere good. It would pick up. Yeah, y'all would have hated it in like a heartfelt sense of. Where I would have liked to have picked up would have been like 2 years later, or 3 years later, and I would have liked to have seen like Mary John completely, like, you don't, John's dead, and I'd like to have seen Mary be like dark, like kidnapped, tortured, like it's like for 2 years, it gets big, it's dark, I'm not kidding, y'all would have hated it, but and I tell you what, at the end of season 4, you would have loved it. Just going through 3 seasons of pain with me. But yeah, it wouldn't have been, y'all would have like, I said this, I was like, if we got picked up by a streamer and they went with that idea, the returning fans from season 1 would have just been like, the whole time, just tears falling. Yeah, Robbie had his whole 5-season idea, so, you know, like I said, I always think the biggest payoff to like anything positive is to have a lot of negative. I think that's kind of life, and that's kind of, I think, what we're waiting for in real life right now. So it's that positive payoff, which is
I think
this.
Mary and John ride off into the sunset, and Sam and Dean live happily ever after, and they're all happy, and it's sunshine and rainbows.
The supernatural way, as we all know.
Like, what do I think for you? What do I think for Mary and John? Or for me? Oh gosh, for Carla. I think I can see maybe, I mean, the concept, yeah, I guess I could say, I do know that Robbie wanted this idea, I think, for Carlos to definitely pursue hunting, but at the same time really reignite his love for his music, because I think the thing that really took, like the thing that made kind of Carlos stop the music for a little bit at the beginning was sort of like the tie to his family, because the thing that we wanted to also like dive into was that Carlos's family, prior to, you know, them being killed, they were like a traveling band in that van, and that's what he did with his family, you know, growing up. And so I think we would have loved to see him like reignite his love for his music. And then I think they also wanted to play with the idea with, as time went on, like he would be one of the first like hunters to kind of like leave the life of hunting, kind of like leave it behind. That was something that he was wanting to play with for sure. He wanted like Carlos to be like, I don't want this anymore. I want to like move on and just be like a regular person, play my music, have like my love or a kid or something, and be happy and just like live life on the road and just be free. I think that's what they were planning and what they were thinking, and I really love that idea. So yeah.
I want to clarify my answer really quick, because I feel like I went really dark. Love the characters, want everyone to be happy.
Carlos is just like, I don't want to be a part of this anymore. Peace out. Much love to y'all.
As I was thinking, I was like, I didn't need to just walk you through the whole thing. I could have just said, I think if Dean came back to give his parents a chance at a better future, my idea would have been like, what if the future that they had was the absolute best that they could get, was what it was in canon, and what if him coming back sent them down the worst timeline? That would have been my like goal, is like, and then it would have involved him again, kind of like back into it. So. Yeah, now we see
I'd watch that.
That's awesome. Thank you so much.
Thank you.
Hi, I just wanted to add that I agree with everybody else, and the Winchesters is fantastic. And especially the finale, it was so emotional in like the best way it could have been, I think. My question is, if you guys came into the original Supernatural, what like other characters besides the ones you played in the Winchesters would you like to be?
I'd want to be Loki.
I would have loved to have played either like a young Sam or like an iteration of like Sam's kid. You know, like if they like continued after Dean had died and like went and kind of filled in gaps. I think it would have been cool to be like related. I just feel like we look somewhat similar, so I feel like we capitalize on that a little bit. Come on, there's money there. But yeah, probably something like that. Or like an angel.
Dean died?
I am just obsessed with Ruth, and I would love it if I could have been some sort of yay Ruth, heck yeah. And I'm sad that I never got to do a scene with her on the Winchesters, but if I could go back to the Supernatural world, I would have loved to have been like, you know, like the younger sibling of Rowena, or like Rowena's kid, or I don't know, just something, a distant relative, or some sort of like partner to Rowena in some way. Like I would have loved to do some witchy stuff. I think that would have been I think that would have been fantastic. I would have loved to have done that, yeah. Thank you.
Hi. First, let me welcome you to the family, to our crazy dysfunctional family.
Thank you.
Also, what went through your mind when you realized like you had this part? Did you realize that it was going to turn into this crazy dysfunctional family? Or what was going through your mind when you got the part?
I want to say, by the way, it's funny that you said dysfunctional family, because that's the name of our Winchester.
Our group chat, yeah.
Is dysfunctional family.
Dysfunctional family, yeah, I love
so
it.
funny. And I was thinking about saying that to you the whole time, but I didn't hear the last part of the question. Okay, perfect.
When you got the role, like what was going through your mind?
Oh, dear Lord, let us do it right. Because y'all are passionate fans, man. And I think we just wanted to do it justice. And I think can speak for everyone. I think we all realize that 15 seasons of a show, you gotta do it right. And luckily we had Robbie, Jensen, Daniil at the helm, so I think they did a pretty good job.
You guys nailed it.
Thank you.
Without them. You guys nailed it, even without them. So.
Thank you. Thank you so much.
Go backstage and tell them that. It's all me, man.
Hi. I really just love Jojo and your style. The 70s style really fits you.
Thanks.
My question is for all of you. What's it like working with Tom Welling? Is he this goofball?
The worst.
He's the best. Oh my god. We were just telling the story today. We're like on episode 13. Oh, so quick sidetrack. I got my license to drive Baby, so I didn't know how to drive. So Baby was the first car that I ever drove, LOL. And that was crazy. And then Mary's car too, which is the blue car. But it was really scary. And where was I saying? Oh yeah, and then, so I was driving and Tom Welling was in the passenger seat and I had to drive and hit a mark and I just kept missing it. And so he kept going like, oh, like that. And at one point he was like, God damn it, Meg. But he was half kidding, I think. But it was so funny, and like getting to do so many scenes with him, it was just really incredible, and I feel like we bonded. I feel like he's almost like my older brother, more so than like my dad, if that makes sense. Because we just had so much fun, and yeah, he's really fun.
Yeah, he's like all of our older. I'm kidding.
You would have gone on stage
I
and
know,
punched you in the
he's back there.
Yeah.
No, he was great. Him and I had a ongoing bit where anytime that we did a scene together and we would walk different directions, we would, if like one of us wasn't on camera, whoever wasn't on camera would just cuss the other person out under their breath as we went by to see if, I don't know, I guess we just tried to break each other every single scene, which was really
to see
fun.
who would laugh.
And to see like at the end of the scenes, like who could improvise the furthest and take it to a place that it didn't need to go. So, yeah, I loved it.
No, yeah, he's the best. He's such a character. He's really funny, super, super sweet. Just like lovely human. Just funny and cool and down to earth, and just like kind of like is chill and walks around the set and is just like talking to everybody. Super funny, super great. Yeah, just he's awesome.
Which to plug to, I don't know if y'all heard of, if you're Smallville fans or not, but yeah. Well, if you ever have the chance to go to a con with him, him and Michael do like a Smallville Nights, and it is if you haven't had a chance to do it, it's worth it. I don't know what it costs, but it's the coolest experience, and we've gotten to sit in on it. And,
Yeah, twice. And one time Jensen like came in and did a scene with them. It was so funny. Yeah,
so
he's like, I could have played this role. That was great. Very funny.
I think they're both ready for that.
Yeah.
Hi.
Oh my God, hi.
What was your
I love your dog.
It's okay.
Is that a husky?
I think so.
Huskies used to
Your outfit's so cute too. It's okay.
Which Addison character was your favorite?
Addison character? Oh, like what costume?
Yeah.
Yeah. I really like Addison's alien costume. Are you dressed like a werewolf right now?
Yeah.
Oh my God! It's so cute! Which werewolf is your favorite? Willa?
Yeah.
Willa? Yeah. You look incredible. Yeah, I would definitely say the alien costume for sure. I'm trying to think of other costumes. I also like her wolf costume too. In the second one, it was really cool. Yeah. You look incredible.
Thank you.
Of course. What's your name?
Kennedy.
Nice to meet you, Kennedy. Thank you for the question. Of course. Of course. Thank you. Yay. Hi.
Hi. I want to thank you for the Winchesters. Means a lot. My question is, with Taylor Swift in town, what is your favorite band and what's your favorite song?
Oh, well, mine is Queen. I love Queen. Wait, favorite band and song? Oh, I love Queen. Oh, that's hard to choose a song. If I had to choose like the ultimate, probably Don't Stop Me Now. I just love Don't Stop Me Now. It's just like a bop and it just gets you going and it's just so much fun. Yeah, Queen, Don't Stop Me Now.
There's so many. I'm trying to. I do like Bob Marley and the Wailers. Oh, that's a band. And if you add "and the Wailers," all right, sure, Bob Marley and the Wailers. And I love "Waiting in Vain." That's a really good song. I also love Crosby, Stills, Nash and Young. It's really good. And I love "Sweet Judy Blue Eyes." It's a good song.
Name it all. Name it all. Let's just
And then I also love Steely Dan. Peg.
My favorite like artist that I listen to probably most. I used to be like a huge 21 Pilots fan. It's like my favorite band. I don't know. Well, that didn't get enough. There we go. Queen. Kansas. Come on. Yeah, I'll probably just stick with that one. But.
Thank you.
Thank you.
Thank you so much.
Hi. So High School Musical was not part of my childhood, but it was part of my children's childhood. So I still love that universe. It was really fun, Meg, to see your range going from High School Musical to Winchesters. And so I was wondering if you could share any comfort content from your childhood that you still rewatch.
Oh, so much. I feel like I strictly watch kid shows only. I'm trying to think. Well, I mean, SpongeBob is like my biggest one, obviously. I love Sponge. I'm trying to think of what other. I love Bluey a lot. That's not even from my childhood.
a new kids show, and I have it on in the background all the time. It's so great. And
Like every Disney movie ever.
yeah, that's true.
All the animated.
Yeah. Like, yeah, High School Musical. I grew up on like Cheetah Girls, Hannah Montana, Wizards, iCarly, Victorious. Oh goodness, so much. I don't even know.
I am personally geeking out at the moment because my favorite film growing up for Disney was The Little Mermaid.
Little Mermaid?
And this new live action film, I just saw it the other day, and I was in the theater and I was crying my eyes. I was so nostalgic. It was like my inner child, my inner little kid from a young age was watching that, and I was just so full circle moment. It was just beautiful. So that's one that I'll always revisit. And yeah, anything Disney, like old school Disney, just like love so much. All the classics, all the wonderful films, just adore them so much. Like The Fox and the Hound and all those beautiful things, Disney Channel, everything. All of those are like some of my favorite. Also, like if I'm ever feeling like very, very like I just want to be in my bed and I want to cuddle up in my pillow and just be like, usually like if I'm sick or something or if I'm having a day, like I go far back, like the big comfy couch, Bear in the Big Blue House. I do all those ones that just make me feel like a kid again. You know, you gotta have those days, you gotta have those moments when you just like enjoy that, but yeah, those are some.
Saving Private Ryan. Black Hawk Down. Yeah, there we go. Yeah. No, I wasn't fucked up yet. I used to watch that stuff like way too young. So like I said it as a joke, but it's real. That's real. I used to watch this all the time. But yeah, that's
There's that.
I'm sticking with that.
That's all you got, all right?
That's pretty much all I got.
All right.
Thanks so much.
Thank you.
But a kids show though, Iron Giant for sure is my favorite.
Wait, actually, you know, fun fact. Wait, it's funny that you say the Iron Giant because then literally you also said you had nightmares about the Tin Man and the Wizard of Oz.
Yeah.
You didn't even say Tin Man, you're like the tin guy.
You were like the oil dude. The oil dude. He was like, I used to have nightmares about the oil dude and like
Then
Wizards
you're watching
of Oz.
Saving
I'm like,
Private Ryan.
Full transparency, I only know about Wizard of Oz because there was like a Candyland board game version of that.
yeah.
I'd never seen it, so yeah.
I feel like I should. No, I haven't showed it to you yet.
There's a lot of things he hasn't seen.
Yeah, I had nightmares of the Tin Can Man and his in my
Can.
mind.
The Tin Man.
The Tin Man and his 10 family, like chasing.
What?
Yeah, there was like a little 10 kid, his like 10 wife, and it was horrifying.
Wait, actually, Drake, what did you think when you saw? We took Drake to see Wicked on Broadway. Us three, we all went to go see. What was your thoughts on
Yeah, what are
that?
your thoughts?
So I've only seen 2 plays.
Musicals?
When Wicked popped on, I'm not kidding you. I don't know what the lingo is. I thought I was having an acid trip. I thought someone, I didn't know what was happening. There was fucking monkeys going everywhere. I was like, it was crazy. Beautiful play, performers were incredible, but I couldn't tell you what the hell was going on. It's a dude dressed as a wolf standing up there or something.
No.
Teacher.
Oh, right.
He was a goat.
Yeah, it's a goat. I was like, a wolf man? Tin Man?
Scooby-Doo was there, I'm pretty sure. Yeah.
Jojo and I grew up doing musical theater and loving musical theater, and Drake obviously has not.
Saving Private Ryan, Black Hawk
Oh
Down.
my God. And so Jojo and I have been trying to show him musicals. So we took him to Book of Mormon first. He loved that.
great.
I just feel like
Great, like first show for Drake. Like,
musical,
really great.
it's a comedy. Like when they break out into song, it's like super camp already. That it's
And it's
like
funny,
easier,
yeah.
You know, it's funny. Wicked was like another step in, and I don't know if
Yeah, like Book of Mormon, he was really into. Then he got to Wicked, and he was just like by intermission,
What
he was
is
like,
happening?
"What is going on?" Yeah, no, it was good. It was a good time
So
though.
we'll keep trying. I showed you the Rent movie, and you like, because that's my favorite musical.
Yeah, great stuff.
So it doesn't compare to the.
I never know when to look away from someone. So I'm watching like the guy who's not doing anything, and I'm like waiting for him to do something. And yeah.
You look at who's singing or talking, and they have a spotlight on them. You don't look at the guy over there.
The instructions need to pop down.
You're looking at the stage hand on like stage left. Like,
I do. And
Drake
I try to
Rodger
find
is
the
in the
performers.
audience, ladies and gentlemen. So here we go with this whole, literally, instructions for Drake Rodger.
Because I try to find the performers and try to like find like once those monkey guys flew, I was like looking up there the whole time. And try to see him before and I fucking see you.
did you
You're
think
not real.
Alphabet was gonna fly?
I did think Alphabet was gonna fly.
You did?
She's a witch.
Oh,
On a broom.
wow.
Know something.
You're
That's good
good.
enough.
You're good.
All right. Hey.
Hi.
Hello, hi. Thanks for being here, and thank you so much for having brought so much depth and heart to your characters on the Winchesters.
Thanks.
So can't wait to see your what projects you will be a part of next. So my question is, what is something you think your fans would be surprised to learn about you?
Oh, and on the real, I'm dyslexic. I struggled with like severe dyslexia as a kid, and somehow chose to be an actor. I didn't really think that one through. It's gotten better, but yeah, I guess that's something you wouldn't expect that from me.
Well.
1-877. They were singing that, by the way, the whole walk of the backstage. The staff, the staff
I'm
is
sorry.
not happy.
The whole walk up the elevator.
Yeah.
I really love ASMR a lot. Don't know if anybody else is a fan of that. ASMR. Yeah, it's really good. And I love K-pop a lot too. I could talk about that all day. So.
Something that a lot of people don't know about me, when I tell them this, that I did this, they're like, what? And what is that even? After high school, I kind of took a year off from doing anything like performing because I was just kind of like working on myself and stuff. And so I thought I would do a job that I knew absolutely nothing about, and I would I just wanted to do something that had nothing to do with acting or arts or anything. So my mom's a nurse. And the job that I did, I don't know if I told you all this, right? Yeah, the first job I ever had out of high school was I was a hearing technician for newborn babies. So I would go to the hospital and I would perform the hearing tests, and I would basically tell the parents either their baby could hear or they were deaf. And that was pretty much that. It was a pretty cool job. I mean, it was a beautiful thing to be able to like literally see a life that hadn't even been born 24 hours yet, and just like, you know, work with that. I thought that was really cool, and it was a very unique experience, and it taught me a lot about just like life in general and how precious like life is. And it kind of got me back to my grounded self, to like when things are going on or crazy things are going on in the world or personally, I'm like, we all came, you know, like this all together, like as we all grew up like this. So like it's just a beautiful, beautiful thing. So yeah, fun fact. Yeah.
Thank you.
Thanks.
Hi guys.
Hi.
Can you tell us a little bit about your first experiences when a non-Hollywood actor or singer role that you had, like maybe church or school or something like that, a role that you had that like maybe, I don't know, kindergarten, first grade, third grade, something like that?
Yeah, like that we did like growing up, that wasn't Hollywood, that wasn't any of those things.
Right. Wow. Well, I did a lot of musical theater, so let me think. There was a musical called Curtains. It's like a murder mystery thing. I don't know. I honestly forget the name of the character that I played, but it was really fun. Well, I played Miss Hannigan in Annie, which is really funny. That was a lot of fun to play. So, yeah. Miss Hannigan, do you know Annie? All right. Hard Not Light. It's a hard
Uncultured.
Or like, tomorrow.
I do know the songs, yeah.
Yeah, so that's from Annie. Do you know the song like, little girls, little girls? That's what Miss Hannigan sings, so. What? What's the matter? Is it my bunny ears?
I literally never. I didn't do anything before this. I started acting when I was, I started pursuing acting at 16. I came from a really, really blue collar, opposite of wealthy family. So I couldn't, like, my parents, I was homeschooled, I moved 28 times. So like my parents could never, so my parents, I couldn't like drag them to auditions or anything like that. They didn't have time for it. And it's also not a world they understood. I grew up super Midwest, super like, like you play sports, because that's what guys do, you know. So it took a while to break out of that. And yeah, so at 18 I pursued it myself. So before like actually acting on camera, I never did anything.
When did you start acting? Like theater? Or
Theater. I started doing theater when I was 8 years old, and my first thing I ever did was A Christmas Carol, and I was homeless man. I was homeless man, and that was my first ever experience. But I actually, one of my favorite theater experiences I ever did was when I was, I think, 15 or 16, and I played Ursula in The Little Mermaid. That was a blast, slay. And it was kind of an interesting, controversial thing at my local community theater, because at the time, I identify as non-binary, but like at the time when I was identifying as male, like it was such a scandal to have this young boy playing Ursula. But then I shut up all the haters because it was really good. But it was so much fun.
That's crazy. All the squids in life were like, well, that's bullshit. That's bullshit. I'm out of here.
A lot of protests, a lot of craziness. But yeah, that was it. Thanks so much.
Hi. Okay, first, you three are just so attractive, like just so
Thank you.
Thank you.
And then my question is, so as you said, like I belong to a lot of fandoms, but the Supernatural fandom, like we're pretty passionate about the show. So how did you deal with the pressure of knowing you're going to be following Supernatural? Because it was so long running, the fandom's pretty big, we all loved it. So how did you prepare for that?
I was a big fan myself, so I watched, I've known the show, I knew exactly what I wanted to do with John, and if anything, I feel like, speaking for all of us, I feel like the pressure really like motivated us to show up. I think we all knew we couldn't like slack. We couldn't come in and just like phone it in, really, because there's a big group of people that won't let you do that. So I think the pressure really helped us. So I guess preparation was just watching Supernatural.
Yeah, definitely.
Little source material there. 15 fucking seasons. That was their first thing they told us too, because I think I was the only one who'd seen Supernatural upon being cast, and they told everyone, they're like, you don't have to go watch 355 hours of the show or whatever it is. Exactly. 327. So yeah.
Thank you.
Thank you so much.
Hi guys. First I want to say thank you so much for bringing these characters to life. They were amazing and the story was wonderful. I'm sad that at least at this point we're not going to get more. But what I wanted to find out is, what was your favorite scene to film?
I feel like all of the stunt scenes were so much fun. Speaking of, wait, should I tell the story?
Okay, go ahead. Knock it out.
Okay, speaking of stunts, I'll get back to my favorite scene, but there was one day where we were doing a stunt rehearsal for episode 7, which is one of my favorite scenes, where John and Mary are just like fighting through a bunch of people for the Akrita. And I was doing, I wanted to practice my roundhouse kicks. And so I went up to Drake and he was in a conversation, I just pulled him and I was like, hey, I want to see if my, standing up, just going like this, standing up, I was like, I want to see if my foot can reach your face, and I literally roundhouse kicked him to the face and it connected. It literally was so loud, it went boom. And then everyone was like, oh! And then he looked so angry because he just got punched in the face, so I immediately started crying.
That is the best defense ever!
So then I'm sitting there like, no, you're okay, it's okay, you're fine.
No, hit my face again, please.
Yeah.
But,
she goes, are you mad? I was like, fucking happy, man. I'm so happy. Why would I be mad?
But the stunt team was impressed.
They were.
So I learned how to kick a 6'4" person.
Were they impressed at your kicking or your lightning quick ability to burst into tears and defend yourself?
Probably more the kicking part. I don't know. Yeah.
That was actually the episode that Spate directed. So
It was.
I wasn't aware of the kick in the face when this was not brought to me.
It was in the rehearsals for the
big fight?
Yeah. Yeah.
Which, by the way, is a fantastic fight. You guys are awesome in that fight. I love that fight so much. It's so great. Take more questions. We're keep going.
Yeah, what's your favorite scene?
Oh, the first one that comes to mind, and it's because we're so close. I love Nida very much. I wish she could be here. Latika, shout out to Nida, Lata. One of my favorite scenes, honestly, was the one at the end of, I think, episode 11. Yes, episode 11. That was a particularly beautiful episode when it came to Carlos and Lata with like truths and being honest and open. And there's a scene at the end where, you know, she is talking about like, you know, like she hasn't told John and Mary her secret about her family. And I kind of just like, and very lovingly just like hold her hand. And we have a very, Nida and I have a very close relationship, and we're you know, we're very, very good friends in life. And so that scene was just very natural and organic. So when I held her hand, I really loved saying specifically to her, and it meant a lot to us personally, if you need time to tell them your story, take it, because it's your story to tell. And I think that's just a beautiful, poignant statement, and it meant a lot to us, and we hug and everything in the scene. It was just very beautiful, and we connected so much on that day. It was great. It was a great episode for us, for our characters, yeah.
Beautiful.
I'm gonna go with the Vietnam stuff. That was by far my
Saving
favorite.
Private Ryan over here.
Yes, Saving Private Ryan scenes. No, I loved like getting to. I mean, we literally on the pilot, we were literally like in the woods, the swamp of New Orleans, like with dynamite just exploding the entire forest. It was literally the coolest experience I've ever had. And that was the day Jensen showed up, of course. And he literally like has his like headphones on. He's just like. Like, I think he came over at one point. He's like, "Isn't this so fucking cool?"
He came to whatever convention we had that weekend after you did that, and he's like, "Let me show you something." And he had like the dailies of you guys out in the war, and showed me that. So proud of it.
Yeah, it was so cool. So yeah, that's my favorite scene. But, yeah.
Let's take one more. Take one more question over here.
Take another question.
Yeah.
Thank you. I just wanted to say it has been so lovely having you all at a bunch of these cons lately. You all are wonderful. It's been a lot of fun, and we all love you. And you've got a lot of support. You know, we'll be following whatever you all are doing next. And when they do season 16 of Supernatural with their, or whatever they want to call it, you know, they're kind of saying not if but when. It'd be awesome. Hopefully, you know, they'll find some parts. You know, y'all will end up in there. And I hope. You all are singing tonight. You all are incredible. Are you both singing tonight?
Maybe, yeah, hopefully, if my allergies calm down, yeah.
Yeah, I hope so. It was just wonderful, and we really love you. And
Before you get excited about that, you do realize that everyone tonight is singing 1877 Cars for Kids. I'm pretty sure we know that. I'm kidding.
Yeah, the set list is 14, singing that song 14 times.
God.
What a good prank.
They would kill. The audience would rise up and kill me. It wouldn't be my last moment on earth.
Well, thank you so much. We're so happy to be here. I mean, truly, it's such a blast. It's like coming to hang out with friends, and yeah, I mean, these guys are pretty cool. So it's cool to hang out with them backstage. Bring some lively energy back there. It's dead.
You know, as somebody who worked on the show, and Rob, actually everybody on the stage worked on the show, which is so awesome. We all had the benefit of working on
Winchester.
On Winchesters. And I'll tell you, I don't care if this. I'm heartsick that the show didn't get picked up, but that doesn't change the fact that this is Supernatural family sitting on this stage right now. Well, I can tell you right now. They did a season of Supernatural. They did 13 episodes, which means they've been on the show more than I have. So I think I did 11 of the original Supernatural. So they've outlapped me. You know, so it's as far as I can, they've done more than Gil. Like you are as much a part of our world as any of us are, and we will be seeing you back on the circuit and part of the world. This is an amazing. I think less of it as a series that got canceled, more of a mini-series that kicked ass, and it was fantastic. It was a wonderful exploration into the stories and the characters, and you guys were so good in the show. The show was so well done. Robbie Thompson crushed it. John Showalter was a great helmsman, and it was just a wonderful experience to be on the show, to have Robbie reach out to such a deep roster of the veterans, like myself included, and Robbie and the band, and Gil and everybody else, and you guys just picked up the baton and ran with it so beautifully. I'm so proud of what you accomplished, and so thrilled that you kept the dream alive, and it lives right now here. Thank you.
Thanks, y'all. Thank you very much.
Thank you so much.
Drink, Meg, and Jojo, everybody. Give it up.
We do want to say.
We make a joke, it's bring back Bobby Day and all that kind of stuff, but the truth is, this is Pride Month. This is a month we celebrate all of our uniqueness, all of our similarities, all of our differences. We want to honor that this day and this month and all of the people, all of our families and friends who need to be lauded and celebrated and held up during this special month. So happy Pride Month to all of you, to all of you, to all of us. Let's celebrate each other and let's keep having a great day. We'll see you in a bit.
We got the intermission and then the auction after that. Have fun. Stay hydrated.
You can't keep me off this stage.